Ladies and gentlemen, I followed the political rally in Rangwe constituency. Today it was the homecoming on Thanksgiving event for Gladys Wanga after she was appointed as the ODM party chairperson. So Mbadi was to officially hand over the chairmanship to Gladys Wanga, who is the Homabay governor. And that event was just a political rally. But I made 3 observations. I want to start. The first one is the presence of Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria's presence in that rally and his speech, which I want us to get a snippet of here.
Hamjambo. Watu wa Kochia hamjambo. Nimekuja hapa kwa sababu ya mwaliko ya dadangu Gladys Wanga. Na nyinyi sijui kama Gladys utakumbusha hawa watu. Mimi nilikuja hapa 2018 hapa Kochia na nikasema governor atakuwa Gladys Wanga. Ilikuwa haikuwa. So I am standing here today to give witness that Gladys Wanga is one of the most progressive leaders I've ever worked with. Mwaka uliopita nilikuja hapa, tukaigia pale Riwa, tukaanza industrial park, na hiyo kazi inaendelea. And I want to tell you, hata ukiingia kwa mtihani ulizwe, mtu ya kwanza kuleta viwanda Homabay, ukisema Moses Kuria umepita. Na hiyo story imekwisha. Ya pili, nataka kusema kwamba Africa is a very lucky continent. Africa is very lucky to have Baba Raila Amolo Odinga as incoming chair. His passion.
Moses Kuria works in State House. Advisor, economic advisor, that economic council, yeah, David Day. But Moses Kuria is a political mouthpiece of William Ruto. He's talking about a rainbow coalition. I want you to listen to this. Now, if what I'm hearing here is something to go by, then it coming from Moses Kuria cannot be taken lightly. William Ruto is just setting the tone and the agenda for the 2027 campaigns. After impeaching the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, I think what I'm seeing here is a larger coalition, and they're going to take unity as an agenda in the next general election. It's actually an emotional card. That unity is a narrative that will be taken these rallies, but in real sense, the political elites have sat down and they've divided positions on who's going to be the president, the deputy, the minister, and this, and this. It's a political narrative that has been hatched. That narrative has been hatched so that you can forget about SHA, the SHIF, the education funding model, the Adani deal, the housing levy, the state, they want you to forget all that. And then all of a sudden you start thinking that you need to vote because you want a united country. Are we disunited? That's the first observation I made there. Second observation. Rangwe MP Lilian Gogo, who recently told off President Ruto in Nairobi here that SHA, SHIF, and all that shenanigan is making our mothers who are going to deliver going through troubles, was absent. It was not given time to speak in that rally, while that rally happened in her constituency. So that tells you that the organizer of the rally had a plan that had to be very conducive. You know, it had to be politically. They needed that. It had to have some political comfort. The third observation that I made is about the presence of Aisha Jumwa. But most importantly is the speech by Babu Owino, the members of the public interaction by Babu Owino. I want us to listen to this speech by Babu Owino because this is the gist of this analysis.
Hello? Jomoye nigi njo diem tingna urubadu. Aya, we are introduce Doctor. Aya, Koroling. Ne, Korolinguru. Aya. Tosha. Okwabidi nyime kokuling. Hatutaendelea until you keep quiet.
Hello. Let us give Babu aongee. Aya. Vijana tibim. Wazee tialala. Warembo wamama mwe. Majenzi tiagas. Asanteni sana. Jokanyana muntie. Kawuono wa mor kabisa. Kaka wabiro kae enyadhi mar ODM. Ere jomomor gi wachno kabisa. Kuom chairman dwa mar ODM miluongo ni Gladys Wanga. I have no doubt this is a lady with three most important qualities. Number one, Gladys Wanga has the intellect to work for ODM. Gladys Wanga has the political acumen to work for ODM. Gladys Wanga has the energy and the passion to work for ODM. Therefore, Gladys Wanga has been tested and proven to be a leader who can deliver ODM to State House in 2027. Jokanyanam tibim, majenzi tiagas. Marario, I want to ask the Almighty God to give Baba Raila Molo Odinga the wisdom to lead Africans, the courage to lead Africans, the strength to lead Africans, and lastly a great health to lead Africans. Therefore we wish Baba Raila Molo Odinga all the best as he goes to AU. Na baba kishaenda. Lastly, nataka niambie serikali ya kwamba wale majenziza ambao waliuliwa wote, serikali walisema watawacompensate. We want them to be compensated. Asanteni sana. Haya. Babu wase woyo koro waleng.
First, you need to understand, if you look at that video, who was holding that microphone? Who was the MC? The person who was holding the MC was actually Otiende Amolo. The Rarieda member of parliament was very prominent and vocal during the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua impeachment. In fact, he was also defending their position in the Senate. So they are the fellows that executed former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. And all those MPs were there, plus that Wanga, all of them were there. But when Babu came, the public demanded, those who were there demanded that Babu should address them. Babu should address them. And when Babu picked that microphone, you can see the reception And I think this speaks volume. You can see the reception. What image does Babu Owino represent? Babu Owino represents the image of those who are uncomfortable with the government. Remember, he was away from the Rigathi Gachagua impeachment. Babu Owino represents the voice of the young people. He got that reception. And he spoke about two things. He talked about the Raila succession, and talked about the killing of those who were killed. I know these are things that the think tanks around Raila do not want to hear at this point. Because for them, it is time to dine with President Ruto. And because Ruto is the one who was around it, it is not making sense to them. So, ODM was very irritated. And when Junet picked the microphone, he indirectly attacked Babu Owino.
Wale watu ambaye wanalete mjadala ya bandia, ya ujinga na ya uongo, ati hawa wataka kurithi baba, mimi natoa warning hapa nikiwa Homabay. That is an act of treason. Ukiongea juu ya kurithi baba, utalimwa ndani ya hii town kama burukenge. Tumeelewana? Baba ndio atakuwa na sisi, awe Addis Ababa, awe hapa Kenya, awe Somalia, awe Sudan, sisi baba yetu ni mo. Kama unataka viti ndogo ndogo kama hii ya Gladys Wanga yangu na nyingine, wewe tafuta tu, lakini ya baba kachonjo, tutakulima kama viazi. Asanteni sana.
I've ever attended those political rallies. One thing I can tell you for sure is this was cooked somewhere in the background. Boom Jibo. He was talking about the transition. And I think for once, allow us to be very objective here. Someday, a year, a month, Raila will exit the Nyanza political space. And Odinga family will exit that place, that space, whether you like it or not. Even you exit this space. Even us will exit this space. Someone else will be doing this podcast some years to come. I think the compact majority, the oligarchs that are feeling uncomfortable with Babu Owino, are just but unfair. The likes of Junet Mohammed here, after 2022 general election, they disappeared. When accusations emerged that they ate agents' money, when all those accusations were all over in the media, they disappeared. And for months, he was not even in those political rallies. And I believe so that probably they have to defend because they feel that when that constituency slips away from Raila, Raila goes and says Nani Tosha and it's fine. And he's the only one who has that grace. And one thing I don't understand is why Junet would feel uncomfortable with Babu. Because Babu is not Raila. Babu cannot take over from Raila. But Babu can get his constituency. And there is nothing absolutely wrong with that. Even in Mount Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta exited the stage. They're now fighting for who to take. Uhuru Kenyatta left. Alimaliza term yake. So there comes a time, and I think people should not feel, the likes of Junet should not feel uncomfortable that Babu Owino is emerging. Because you never know. And if anything, within ODM party, there was already a succession that happened. And that succession, I saw one person in that succession. Nyanyang took over the position. But then someone should tell us, why did ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna miss the rally? Why did Sifuna miss the rally, guys? So I strongly believe that transition will happen. It is a very good gesture that they are campaigning for Raila Odinga to go to AU. Everyone. As to how that audience, how that rally is related to Raila Odinga's AUC is something is a riddle I cannot unravel. I saw some quarters yesterday, they were complaining about Raila should not be involved in the local politics and should exit the stage as it tries to establish himself in the continent. I saw that information here and there. It was emerging here and there, people talking about it. And I feel something that must actually happen. Now, let me tell you. In fact, Raila Odinga do not have a problem with Babu. Let me just tell you. Raila Odinga do not have a problem with Babu because he knows Babu cannot take over his constituency. But these other people hapa chini, this Junet, Mohammed, and these other oligarchs hapa chini, these are the people that feel uncomfortable with Babu Owino. Number one, it is protecting the Nairobi interest. Because they know if Babu emerges, Babu has shown signs of vying for governor in Nairobi. But ODM MCAs have been protecting Sakaja in Nairobi. Lately I saw a lie talking about an impeachment. But the ODM software has been supporting, protecting Sakaja here in Nairobi. So they know that Babu is a thorn in the flesh in the Nairobi politics. And it has nothing to do with becoming the kingpin or kingqueen. That is the first thing. The second thing is a winning influence. Babu would actually create a winning influence. And in fact, when the influence of Raila Odinga goes down, those who suffer are not him. The fellows like Junet Mohammed. Because without Raila, Junet Mohammed cannot get a seat in Migori. Hiyo ndio tena by the way, hiyo ni kweli. He cannot get a seat. Lazima baba ishike mkono juu. Aseme Junet tosha. Without being next to Raila, he cannot get a political seat. The other reason why they are uncomfortable with the Babu constituency is Babu might actually go against the grain and consolidate the rebel voices. I think it's fine. Even in 2022, in Mount Kenya, there are those who listened to Huru, there are those who went with Ruto. In 2027, if Ruto is going to get into a political alliance with Raila, it is fine. But if there is also a voice that will emerge with another alliance, it is better for our democracy. Instead of destroying Babu, I think the Junet should give, the Junets around Raila should allow the democracy to thrive in Nyanza politics. And Babu is at the center of it. Thank you.